All right, welcome. We've got Frank DiMeo here, who is the owner and creator of MaceFit, which I'm also a certified trainer through. And we love MaceFit here at Woodall's. And Frank, welcome.
Hey, great to talk to you again, brother. Good to be
It's good
back.
to see you, man. We've known each other a long time.
Got to be around 20 years.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's great.
It's gone by quick. So why don't you explain to the audience what is MaceFit and how did you come up with it?
The, the, the elevator description is strengthen up barbells and cardio without running. However, with a long process coming up to that, spanning quite a few years in martial arts and then training in various other disciplines like Zach Galifianakis' system, underground strength, Olympic weightlifting, CrossFit, powerlifting, and what I did was distill down a lot of what I learned in the past when I was running my gym, The Cave, and we formulated a training program called Cave Strong. And Cave Strong was adapted to MaceFit clubs in 2016 when Donnie Giacardino came to The Cave to do a free workshop, January 23rd, 2016. So everything transitioned over well to MaceFit clubs with a change of tools, and everything else stayed pretty much the same.
All right, very cool. And last year, you were one of our esteemed judges for the Woodall's Vintage Strength Games here at Woodall's Fitness and Performance. Thank you so much for that last year. You were amazing. And tell me a little bit about your experience at last year's Woodall's Vintage Strength Games.
Well, it was a blast. That was let's see, we started in 2019. We've done them ever since. So that was the fourth one. I've enjoyed all of them, but I especially like Woodall's Fitness Strength Game because the addition of strongman competition into it. I'm a big fan of strongman and closely aligned with much of the strongman community down here in Florida. In fact, I just certified like 3 strongman competitors and a few powerlifters also. They were back about 2 months ago as coaches. So I'm all strongman, yes, sir.
Yeah, no, we enjoyed adding that element with the strongman and the mace and club part of the competition. And it seemed to really take off. Like we really had a lot of registrants that were signing up for more than one event or the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought we had a really good turnout and had a broad spectrum of different people there. Like for instance, Ali Muhammad, that was his first competition, and he told me last year that he wanted to become a MaceFit coach. Well, this year he is a MaceFit coach, and he's going back to the competition. He's a career Marine. As long as he doesn't get deployed, he'll be there. So
And he is very strong. Him competing last year was really amazing to watch.
Yeah, he's a machine, but he's a Marine. What do you expect?
Absolutely. Yeah, no. The Marines I've trained, it's all or nothing. And yeah, absolutely. And as far as last year's Woodall's Vintage Strength Games, was there any particular one element that you enjoyed the most?
People or events?
Either one, because we had a lot of things happening.
Yeah, like I said before, I love the strongman stuff. It was good to see, Atlas stone being used and logs being used, and plus, battling ropes fan from way, way, way back. So, and actually learned battling ropes from John Brookfield back there in 2008. So the founder. As far as the Mason Club events, they're always right up there among my favorites all the time. I think it was tremendous to see Dan Mason come in, strongman, and really go after it. He went home with the gold. And He's determined to keep it this year, but he got some really tough competitors coming on.
Oh, yes. And in
Okay.
fact, when I spoke to him earlier, meaning just a few days ago, he is actually bringing a couple guys with him.
Good.
And so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And it's funny, you mentioned John Brookfield. He and I just had a phone call, just a phone conversation about 4 days ago.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, he's a good man. And I actually went through his battling ropes course as well. And that was a tough, tough course, but I'm really glad that I went through it.
Yeah, great course. And you know, he's a man who came up with it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
So, as far as MaceFit, how, let me rephrase the question. In performing MaceFit and doing the program, could you do that program and be a competitor at the Woodall's Vintage Strength Games?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've had, I won't make this too long, but one of my athletes at the cave was, very good with all of our types of training, powerlifting, strongman, the whole deal. And he got to a point where he was wanted to do just MaceFit for several months, which he did. So when time rolled around for our quarterly strength and work capacity test, which had 10 events, including powerlifting and squat cleans and push presses, max sledge push, and all that other stuff. And he PR'd all his tests and having just done MaceFit for the last several months. And hardly touching the barbell at all. People think I make that up, but that's not made up, and it's happened with more than one person. So some of them didn't PR all their events, but that guy did. He nailed it. So.
And how does MaceFit help strongman athletes that are looking at the Woodall's Vintage Strength Games, but not really sure if they could use what they know from MaceFit or use MaceFit at all to compete?
Well, first, the obvious thing is shoulder health, which every heavy lifter needs. But the coordination, the balance, the cardio, which I don't know how many strongmen that like to run or powerlift. So you get the cardio built in. Grip strength is through the roof, core strength, balance, and being offset loads. The MaceFit Club is often moving outside your basic support. So you're constantly having to stabilize. Strongman, just about everything's outside the basic support. Lifting a big Atlas stone, it's way out here. Okay. So I think it's very beneficial. I think it's a great active recovery format for them. But one other thing was with the group I just certified in Clearwater, Florida, a few months ago, they were very shocked when they got their hands on a 75-pound Adex Mastodon to see how difficult it was to move that thing. Two-handed cleans. Some of them got it, some of them didn't.
Right. One
guy got a one-hand 75-pound Mastodon clean.
Wow.
But they love the challenge. Yeah, they love the different movements and a great compliment to their strongman and powerlifting training.
All right. And what are you looking forward to the most this year at the Woodall's Vintage Strength Games?
Well, a couple of things. One is hanging out with my buddies, is always way up there on the chart. Okay. But it's like a family reunion almost. People coming in from all over we haven't seen in a long time, and just get reconnected, caught up on things. But this year, I think now we've had MaceFit competitors before who were not coaches, but this year, Ali's coming in as a coach, and Tim Welsh is supposed to come in as a coach and compete also. And both of them are going to give Dan a run for his money. So
I love it. I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And Dan, much respect to Dan. He's a
Yeah, he just texted me this morning about some of the workouts he was doing, and it's just incredible. I mean, he's ready.
You know, I don't know if you've been following Brad Hutchins over the last year or so. He's doing a lot of strongman.
Yes.
Messaged him the other day, said, Brad, you should come back and at least watch. You know, now that including strongman and all this. And he's getting pretty good at strongman. He was going to Denny Stones and you know, every other thing. But he's always been good with moving the Mason club. So I think if he comes to watch, he's not competing. So that's a plus.
All right, awesome. I would love to have him here. Absolutely.
Yes,
And I agree with you. It's like a family reunion when we do this, when everybody gets back together and we get to catch up and work out and see the competition. Last year, the vibe, and I still get messages online from how well everyone supported each other. Even though you're competing, you're cheering each other on. Did you see that as well?
Yeah, they're very enthusiastic overall. You know, that's you know, kind of going back to my early CrossFit days. They were big on that as they were just getting started and moving on to other people. And but you know, I've been gone from CrossFit a long time. But anyway, it's always good. You know, they're competing, but we're still you know, brothers and sisters in the sport. So it's good. And keep it respectful. They can get loud. They can get, you know, very demonstrative, and they're cheering and hooting and hollering and all that, which is all good. Good energy. And but I think the level of respect and friendship was really, really good. So I would encourage anybody that can possibly get there to be there. I would definitely give extra encouragement to strongman competitors, power lifters. Come in, you're not ready to get up there and swing maces and clubs and come up and watch. I would definitely say you'll be surprised if you never have seen it before, you never got your hands on the steel before, you will be surprised. So I encourage them to come.
All right. And where can everyone find you online?
My excuse me, my website is macefit.com. Instagram is @2 Sling Steel, SLING STEEL. And I've got a YouTube @Original MaceFit. If someone else grabbed my name, even though it's trademarked, we'll deal with that later.
All right. And I'll make sure I'll add that in the description, you know, below on the video. That way everybody can just click and go to you. Well, Frank, I am looking forward to seeing you, and I cannot wait to just give you a hug, swing some maces with you, and I just appreciate you coming down.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Looking forward to it. Got our flights booked, hotel booked, ready to go.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you here at the Woodall's Vintage Strength Games.
It's like to be there and blessed. Take care, my friend.